Welcome to the Booga Box live stream. We're doing a kind of a special Saturday night, Sunday morning stream. I was sitting here working on it anyway, and I was like, well, why not just go ahead and do a stream? So, here we are, ready to go, do some more. Hope everybody's having a good weekend. I don't know if we'll catch anybody up this late, but, you know, it is what it is. Figure I was just up doing some. Might as well go ahead and start the stream up. I thought about it earlier today, but I was doing this, doing that, and then I ended up taking a nap. And so that kind of slowed everything down, and finally gotten into it again, and I was like, well, I'm nowhere near tired tonight. Might as well just go ahead and start the stream up and do a late night stream. I don't think I've done any of them ever this late before, so like I said, don't know if we'll have anybody show up, but if you're watching us later, thanks for watching us later. If you happen to join us here anytime now, great. Maybe we'll get, you know, some of those crazy late night people. Which I am kind of, but so Thursday, I ended up finishing the one line we were on when we left Thursday night. I didn't get anything done Friday, yesterday. I worked most of the morning, early afternoon, doing some band graphic stuff, and then ended up getting a new cell phone, so I was trying to get everything transferred over to that, and it's almost worse than trying to reboot a computer, you know, reinstall Windows on a computer and all your software. It was about as bad. There was things that wanted to help, but I still don't even have it all the way fully set up yet. I'm supposed to get notifications on things, and since it's like 4 or 5 generations newer on the software on the phone, it's totally different trying to figure out things, and half my notifications aren't working, and then all kinds of other notifications are working that I had shut off, and so it's a fun little process trying to figure that thing out. I mean, I kind of like it in a way, but just getting everything moved over and reworked for, you know, normal use is just being a pain. None of my all my cameras are connected to the phone, but they're not giving me notifications when, you know, camera gets activated, security camera and all that, and other things I don't want to be working, or that I thought I had shut off or not shut off, and it's just kind of a pain in the butt. It's driving me nuts. Did a little bit of work on it today, trying to figure it out. Finally just had to put it down. It was like, you know, because I've got, you know, one of the health meter watches that normally sends me a thing on my watch to let me know when I get a message, and it's turned on and it should be working, but every message I've gotten is not coming through, so that's a little irritating. I've gotten kind of used to that, not really having the phone on me. Well, even before I started using the watch, I never really had the phone on me anyway, so I missed a lot of things. The watch helped with that. Well, and having the reminder turned on the phone. I did finally figure that out, so every 5 minutes, if I miss a message or a call, it'll beep at me, let me know that till I look. Which is, like I said, a good thing, because there are a lot of times where I'm not around the phone. I'll miss things, and it's got to remind me, because if I don't ever hear the phone, I really don't touch the phone all that much. To be honest with you. I more use it as a phone and for using the Square at events, and other than that, I mean, I got some other things on there too, but for the most part, that's what 90% of its use is. I don't go surfing the web or playing games or anything on my phone. It drives me nuts trying to do all that. My eyes get all tweaked out. It's kind of like trying to play on a PSP or a Game Boy or something like that anymore. Eyes get all kinds of wacky after looking at it for any length of time, so use it for text messages, phone calls, and, well, you know, that's about it. But it's supposed to, well, I wanted a phone that had Bluetooth 5 and something with a little bit better of a camera than what I currently had. So, and plus it was probably time too. I've had that other phone for 3 years now, a little bit more. So it's getting kind of old, and even the few apps that I was using on it was pretty much filling it up because it was only 8 gigabyte internal. So couldn't have very many apps to begin with on it. I guess I did have a stopwatch timer app on there because I was using it. Use that for whenever I'm doing chain mail. So, but anyway, we're here working on the Chiefs inlay, the Chiefs end zone inlay. I got about, I don't know, how many, 5-6 rows in today. Not a whole lot. I want them to get more in, but it was Saturday. Kind of just ended up resting kind of a portion of the day. I did have to do a few more graphics for the band. I got a message this morning about changing up some colors on some things. I mean, that wasn't real intensive or anything. And I'd work a little bit on this, a little bit of straightening up. I've got to get over in the storage room and get it straightened up so I can get the Christmas stuff out. I know I don't need it out yet, but here in a few more weeks, Turkey Day is normally when we pull it out, so need to get over there and get that area straightened up. And like I said, you know, I was sitting here kind of doing little parts here and there on this. I don't know how long I'll run tonight. Just kind of till I either start getting tired, get to a point where I want to take a break. I normally just try to fully stream and chat, but who knows what I'll do tonight. It's just kind of a weird night. Heck, if we get enough people show up tonight, maybe we'll do a giveaway. Impromptu giveaway. I still got the one thing I wanted to give away a couple weeks ago. Just been waiting for a night to do it. So, we're just going to hang out and have some fun. Enough people show up, we'll do a giveaway, who knows. Just one of those, well, here in about 2 minutes, I guess, is, well, it'll be 1 o'clock, so I've got an hour to wait till the time change back to 1 o'clock. So it's kind of like the non-hour. Here, why not do some chain mail? Oh yeah, I gotta turn the thingy up here. Get a little music going. Gotten really quiet for a second. Oh, this is the, what line is this? This is row 41, so we're at 4,100 rings right now. About, is it 9 more? And we'll be at about a quarter of the way through. Which hopefully I'll get to before Thursday night, because we'll come back on Thursday night and this is what we'll be working on Thursday. Might have, hopefully have a good chunk more done. But I do need to get a few other things caught up around the house that I can hopefully take care of some of tomorrow. I got a Chiefs game on at some point. I think it's a 3 o'clock game. I haven't even looked. Just kind of hadn't really thunk about much today, to be honest. It was just kind of one of those days. And I did all the normal house stuff and got it caught up in the morning, along with the band stuff. Well, let me look around here out and look. Hopefully my stream's going good. Yeah, it looks like it is. Late night should be okay. I don't know. I'm normally not up this late to see if the internet gives you issues in the middle of the night. I guess not quite the middle. Sort of. So now we start the hour of non-hourness. It's 1 o'clock my time. And it will be 1 o'clock here in another hour. So we'll probably go until at least the extra hour gets coming to me. I don't see why I wouldn't. I mean, I'm not tired yet. Any way, shape, or form, so we'll just continue to do some of this and see if we can get a little bit more. I'll pull out the picture here in a minute when I've got to start doing a count. We'll have to go through a little bit of green and then we'll count for the center. Hey John, good to see you. I'm currently clipping 24G16. Watching sci-fi, sweet. I kind of miss having cable so I could watch Sci-Fi Channel, but before we got rid of it, really wasn't much on I was watching anymore, so, I mean, I still like watching their silly movies and whatnot, but I'm not even sure what they even show on that channel anymore. Like I said, we haven't had cable in probably 4 or 5 years now. Like I said, most times I don't really miss too much, so I'll just either have DVDs going or Netflix and watching shows, just letting them play while I'm doing other stuff. I watch it all online streaming. Sweet. I didn't even know they actually probably, it wouldn't necessarily surprise me. Everybody's got a streaming place now, it seems like. That's where you get even more confused. Who do I watch? Andromeda. Cool. That'd be an alright one to watch, I guess. I've watched it before, so. I was more back there in the early noughties when it was, I like my Stargates and, well, they had quite a few. Eureka, Warehouse 13. I didn't, I kind of liked all the Stargates for the most part. Battleship Galactica. I didn't like it at first, but then I kind of got into it after a while. But now, if I'll catch the movies, I do look and see what kind of movies they put out, and I'll find those streaming somewhere at some point, sometimes. Not all the time, but it just depends on what I can find. Only seen a few episodes. Seen all Stargate and Atlantis, yeah. I've got all the Stargate SG-1s. I bought all the DVDs for those. For all of them. The only thing I don't have is their second movie. Crap, forget the name of what the second movie was now. And I've watched all the Atlantises several times too. It wasn't too long ago. I seen them on, I don't remember if it was Amazon or Netflix streaming, and watched all of them again. I missed my Stargate though. Once it went away, then Atlantis went away. Warehouse 13, Eureka was all gone. There were some shows I was kind of watching, but I couldn't get into any of them as much, so that's another reason why we decided to get rid of cable. It's like we can never find anything on. You got all these channels and nothing really on. Plus, we really wasn't spending a whole lot of time sitting around watching anymore. So we were already had Netflix and Prime and all that. So Star Trek, Next Gen, and a few others, but wanted to watch Andromeda since I've not seen it all the way through. So making rings, watching it, or weaving titanium this week. Sweet. Farscape, yeah. I think there was only like 3 or 4 seasons of that. I'm not even sure. I would watch it, but I never really. Normally, it wasn't when it was like on. Stargate, I normally planned out my time so I could watch it when it was new episodes were on and all that. All before DVRs were heavy, and now I don't even know if people still use DVRs anymore. Alrighty, so put in my 2 whites here, and then we'll pull out the picture. And I know it's going to be 8 reds after that too, so we'll be for a little bit till the S starts coming together there in the middle. I had a glitch on my system. Did I drop out? Looks like everything's going okay. On my desktop, or my laptop, it showed me reconnecting, so it might have just been a laptop issue, because my other system looks like it's going good and not having a pause in it. Yet, anyway. I'm going to mark these off. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh. Lex is next on your list. Cool. I think I've actually only seen 2, maybe 3 episodes of that. And I'll say the only reason I've seen those is because they were on the Stargate DVDs. At the end of Stargate, I don't remember what season, 2 or 3 of the discs had an episode of Lex at the end, or on the disc. You got that, and the 2 white. So, alright, so that's where we're starting to get there. Right there in the S, so we're just kind of right in here, coming up into this area, so we'll soon be getting into the middle of it. I'm gonna have to get some more green out and get it cleaned up here tomorrow too, looks like. I think I've opened 10-ish bags originally, so it would have been about 3,000 that I cleaned up when I first started, so double check, yeah, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It might as well be an Al Bundy of some. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of silly, but I kind of like that kind of stuff myself. That's kind of, I like those quirky type of sci-fi shows. That's why I like Stargate. There's always something in it making me laugh, and what Eureka was. I enjoyed that one. I actually have 2 of the seasons so far on DVD. I have watched all of them again, though, on, again, one of the streaming services we have. But I like those quirky, funny sci-fi shows. I know the wife, she ended up liking, what was it, New Haven, I think? And I watched some of the episodes with her, and I was like, this ain't too bad, but I have never gone back to watch it like she did. She watched it all up. And then there was Big Head is another one I want to watch. Big Head. I don't think I've actually ever heard of Big Head. I'm trying to go through my brain, and it doesn't seem familiar. Must be something somewhat new, maybe? I don't know. I know I did watch all the old 80s Max Headroom sci-fi show type thing. It only lasted like maybe 2 seasons, season and a half. It wasn't very long to watch all the episodes, but I kind of enjoyed that show too. Cartoon style alien lived in the guy's head. I don't know, I might have to look that up. Big Head. Yeah, that's one I haven't heard of or seen or anything like that, so. Okay, 2 white and 2 green. Kind of like, I don't know, I keep seeing some show, because the only time I really turn on TV is for football games, and I've seen some commercials for some new show. Probably, well, I don't know, it could be any of the stations. I guess everybody's had a Chiefs game this year, but kind of like a show like that, but I actually don't even know. There's just a bunch of people going around this person's life, and I don't know if they're dead, or whoever it is just having these imaginations of these people. And in their head, I'm unsure of that. It looks a little weird, like I could try it, but then I'd have to have the antenna put up all the time, and it gets in the way to get channels down here. I just need to wire up one up in the attic again. I miss the old days, actually. The old analog days. Might not be the best picture, but you could normally get it good enough. And now it's either all or nothing. Drives me nuts. Very early Eon Flux era American animation. I'm just kind of surprised that I haven't heard of that. It's a little weird. If it's that old. So I got the 2 green, so we're on to 4 white. I'll have to look it up and see. I mean, sometimes those kind of weird shows can, I was like, I get a kick out of, I know it's kind of it was a stupid show. I think the original barely had a season or 2, maybe a season and a few episodes. And the reincarnation of it, I think, only had two seasons for it. But the Tick, I don't know, I always got a kick out of the Tick. I gave up on TV back in the 98 era. Now ads have taken over internet streaming of actual stuff I wanted to watch. Now it's overloaded like TV. Oh yeah. Well, that's what the wife likes, the Hulu. I cannot. It's like I just want to watch stuff. I don't want to have to be bombarded with crap that 1 I won't buy, and 2, in all honesty, let's see, 4. Okay. A lot of ads I see now, I almost purposely put that in my brain not to buy. They kind of drive me nuts a little bit. We need 18 now? That seems like it. Well, I guess that's right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Alright, let me double check. 4, 6, 10, 12, 13, 16, 18. Alright. As long as the red run I've had here, well, so far. I wasn't expecting to already have that many yet. But I guess maybe another 2 rows it'll all come together and I'll just start having one big red run in the middle there. Excuse me. So what are you making up with all these rings you're cutting up there, John? If you're still here, you might have left. That is a short-lived animation television series created by MTV. Originated in the science fiction miniseries that aired on the MTV's Oddities label between 94 and 96, and followed by The Max. Well, then I could see why. That's when I was having 94, 96. I would have had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old in those years. So, yeah, that kept me pretty occupied. And well, we didn't have cable then either. Not by choice, but just because, having the kids, and it was like, yeah, that was back when we didn't even have phones. So yeah, I missed a lot of cable stuff through those years. I think it was probably more around 99 to 2000 maybe by the time we finally got cable, where we lived in the townhouses. Again, just so busy with everything. Well, that's a half-cut ring. I need an extra now. I've been finding a lot of half-cut reds in this bunch, man. I mean, there are several packages, but to find, maybe 1 or in a package, 2 at the most. I think I'm up to about 12 so far. And I've only gotten this much red. So, and I got about 12 green, but I've gone through a ton more green, so. Making up earrings from a dozen tiny roses. And some tools and a few unicorns. Just a bunch to fill out a display. Cool. Cool. You gonna start doing more events? Getting out there a little more? Or is this for filling on your is your wife's table that she sets up and does stuff on? I did find out today they're doing the one craft fair that normally they do beginning of December, but I got no notice. And they're like, yeah, we sent out emails, because I emailed them going, are we going to ever know if we're going to do this event or not? They're like, yeah, we sent out emails and everything. Everything was due last week. I'm like, okay, so I've done this for, I think this would have been year 7 for it that we would have done. No, year 8. Well, year 8, but number 7 we've done, because last year they canceled because of COVID. And so, don't know if I'm going to be able to get into it or not. I sent along everything that I needed for the most part. I just need to mail in the fee to get into it if they're going to let me. So we're going to see how that works out. I couldn't believe that. I was like, yeah, I've got no email, no nothing on this event. I save up all error rings that come in bad and weigh them at the end. If it's more than 10% of standard rate, I complain. Yeah, I don't think I'd probably reach that. Well, I'm very little into the red. Green, I would say I'm definitely well under 10%. If I've done roughly about 2,500, I've got about, looks like 12, 14 rings over there that were bad. So that wasn't bad on my green side. Hadn't had no problem with any of my frost for the most part. But red, I've come across quite a few reds so far. I'd say more so on the... I did have a little bit of a group of, I guess actually, now that I think about it, yeah. Looks like 6 of the rings over there were not cut in half, but they were not cut well. They had a lot of crap around the edges, or it was like a double cut right on the cut, where I close it up and there's barely anything there. I spot some displays that I'm decorating my basement displays with. When I have friends and family and guests over, I have things ready to show off and working towards a few gallery collections now. Sweet. I probably need to do that because wife's always asking when somebody comes over something, hey, go grab this or that, and I'm like, oh man, that's buried. Because all of my event stuff's normally packed up most times. I probably just need to have some of it that I can more easily grab to show off. Other than the bigger things, I mean, my jersey's easy to get to, and the Mahomes thing's easy to get to. And then whatever I actually have working on the bench. I mean, at any given time, I mean, right now I probably got 30 bracelets. I'm up on starting on the 4th purse frame now, so I got the purse frame stuff. So I got the chessboard sitting out here. I still have the Star and the Moon wall hangings. There, I keep forgetting to put those up. But I'm going to have to, because I made my order for my tumblers, so I've got to get prepared for that. I'll be getting those in here, and I'll spend some time after a Thursday night probably, and just work on a Thursday night and then Friday and all weekend to try to get them done before the next stream on a Monday. I got 60, 61, 62. So, it'll take about an hour, 45 minutes for the majority of it. Take about an hour and 15, hour and 20 with the custom ones that want names. 2 white, and on to the rest of our normal. I don't know why my phone keeps going off over there. That's the other thing. It sends me a beeping notification, and I'll go look at it, and there's nothing there. I'm like, what are you beeping at me for? Damn it! I got no text message. You're not showing me anything from a security system. Why are you beeping? My other phone didn't do this. When I turn it, if you're using it and you go set it down and push the button to just power off the screen. My new phone does this a bunch. You can hear a bunch of stuff going on in the background. Clickety clackety, clickety clackety. My other phone did not do that to me. It might have been doing stuff in the background, but wasn't clicking at me when it was doing it. are definitely parts I don't like about it. I hadn't even tested taking pictures with it yet. That was one of the main reasons, well, partial main reasons. I wanted to Bluetooth 5 so it'd work with the Osmo that I have. I guess I didn't realize they were up to an Osmo 5 already. It was an Osmo 3, but even then it still needed Bluetooth 5, and none of my phones had it. So. But like I said, I just use cheap phones. I don't have any of the expensive high dollar, you know. What it used to cost me a car to buy a phone nowadays. Son bought, I mean, it's been a few years now. He bought, you know, it was an $800 phone at the time. I was just like, I bought 2 cars for $800. You're buying a phone? I think I finally captured my stones today or yesterday in the black titanium, so I have either fire up the laps and cut some, or be lazy and just order more to capture. Yeah. Drop more secure info transfer. What's special about the Bluetooth 5? For me, it was really only the one thing, and that was being able to use my Osmo with it. With the band stuff, I've been wanting to be able to walk around and do stuff. And with my normal cameras, it just bounce around unless you buy one of those big old harnesses that come with the little floating things to keep it all nice and smooth. And so I bought an Osmo to use with the phone. My phone video isn't bad, but there was parts of it I didn't like anyway. But it just would not work with my phone because you had to have Bluetooth 5 for it. I bought that thing. That's what surprised me. They were up to 5 because it's only like 2 years old, the Osmo 3. But basically that was the majority of the reason why I wanted it. So I could use my phone to do some video and just have it, you know, smoother video for that. Now the new phone is that's the other reason why I wanted something with better. Doesn't do 4K, but it's got better lenses in it and stuff than my previous phone. And though I haven't tested that part yet. Now, I'm sure there might be some other aspects of Bluetooth 5 that are better than the others. I am unsure. When I got the Osmo and I was trying to work it, and it wasn't part of the thing whenever I, you know, bought it. There didn't say it required this. It said it needed a phone that was running, you know, I think Android's 5 or 6 at the time, which I was running 6, so that part worked, but it said nothing about Bluetooth. And so you couldn't use really none of the controllers to control the phone while you were doing any of the special movements and stuff with the Osmo. It kind of still hold it in place, but it wouldn't do any tracking or anything like that. And so I just kind of had it, and I was still using it with the phone. I'd use it for some of the band stuff, but normally it was just when I was here recently. I've been starting to stream the band events to the alumni band pages so they could check out stuff. Okay, I'll check that out here in a few minutes. Well, a little bit. I guess we still got a little more than a half an hour here before the hour is replenished. Almost feels like a game. Can't really talk about that. I'll have to look at and look into that. Because really I've got my one main Canon camera that I do most of my video with now, that I do like. The only downside is, since it's not considered a video camera, I guess to get around that, so they're not called video cameras and they get taxed more for importing purposes, they can only do 30 minutes of video before they automatically shut off. My Sony camcorders, you know, I can record as long as battery or memory card will last in it, which gives me about 3.5 to 4 hours most times. How do you get back over here? So my Canon can only do a half an hour before I gotta turn it back on. I could do it a little differently with the stream when I was looking it up, but then it was like, well, nobody. I could video and upload better video, but for streaming, anything over 780 is pretty much pointless because everybody won't allow you to stream over that, at least that I've found within Facebook and YouTube and Twitch where I'm at. No, I haven't looked at Twitch standards. I don't know what their settings are. He uses a self-balancing camera that he moves it around. It holds the camera steady like a chicken head, and the body moves and the camera holds still. Yeah, they got DJI has one of those. Is it the Ronin? I've seen some other more generic ones too. And they run about $300 to $400, which isn't really all that bad. If I was going to use it more and do more like on the field stuff, I probably would, but I would need a couple extra people to help. So I got, I'm already trying to run several cameras in a drone by myself, and it's kind of a pain in the butt, to be honest with you. I need some helpers. Used to have my daughter helping, and she was in band and graduated, and my wife helped me for a little bit, but she's got her health issues, so she doesn't really get to go with me most events anymore. So I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off trying to run multiple cameras, and it's like, that's why I figure if I get a decent phone to do decent video, can use my Osmo with it, it'll help keep all that steadiness, and that's what I was looking for. More so for parades, when you're trying to walk around and follow them. Camera really jerks around. I did a few videos early in the year with the handheld of them coming down to the stadium and stuff, and I just don't know if I'm going to use them because there's just so much movement. I can manipulate that somewhat in the graphic or in the video program and get rid of the shaking to a degree. It can take a while. There's some that have an auto click and it's supposed to do it, but it just never does it quite as well as if I just take a couple hours and manually move it myself to even out the shakes. I did a lot of sword combat and like that outside with the kids, and then getting older will be more active shots. I like the idea of not needing a cart and a boom and steady cam track set up for shots. Yeah. Well, that's why if you got a good phone that does good video, that's what the Osmos are. Because you can set them up on a tripod and have it track. And so if you're moving around doing stuff, it'll turn with you and stuff. And that was one of the other things I wanted to have it for, so I could kind of do that with the on-field stuff, where I could put it on somebody. There's always kids that are they win little competitions during practices and stuff where they get to do something different or special, and I was like, it'd be nice if the phone could track that person and record it for me. And that's why I'd gotten it originally and just never was able to use it. So I still need to even find the program and get it on there, and because I've got two other DJI apps on there already for the drones, the P3 and the Mavic 2. But I'd like to have. I looked for a remote controlled pivoting tripod head that I could just turn the camera on and set it up, and then I could actually remotely control its direction and stuff. But for that, I actually need one that I can control zooming, because normally for my main shots I don't move the camera around. It's got the whole field, so. But it'd be nice to have some that I could kind of move around that I put down on the field. Because when I put them on the field, they're not always in the right spot, and I don't know till afterwards, because I just put them down, start up recording, run to the next camera, so they just kind of record stationary. So I've been wanting to try to find some things I could do to help remote control everything. I need like a, you know, little truck and a switchboard. Whole production thing crew, that's what I need, yeah. Alrighty, almost done with this row here. And this is row 42, yeah. Right? Yeah. I had to double check because I've had a few times where I forgot to mark off a row. Luckily I caught it every time before I was going, but now that I'm getting some detail with the S into it, it makes it a little easier to track. Okay, get on through there. What time we got here? Yeah, 29 minutes to our hour of returning this. I wish we'd actually just get rid of this stupid daylight savings stuff, to be honest with you. I don't mind the fall so much, just because you get that extra hour, but I hate the spring where you lose the hour. That's why I'd rather just not even have it. Which means, I guess tomorrow night, it'll be dark at like 4:30. That's one of the other things I hate about it. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, let's mark off this row. You were done, row. Start working back up the line. Let's see here. Some Bluetooth to a tablet with control to each camera and setup. Track a target. Yeah, that's what would be cool. And I found some neat stuff that I would really like to do and have, but when I started, you know, price tag was starting to get up close to, you know, $8,000 for some of the things I wanted, and that was only about half of really what I wanted. It was like, yeah, that is not going to happen anytime soon. I just volunteer my time to do this. I don't have that kind of cash. You know, and then I've been trying to get set up with just even a small camera for my lasers. Monitor cameras for that, and the 3D printer. You can get the cameras to monitor everything, so you don't have to. Laser I'd probably still never use without being around it, but it'd be neat to be able to have the camera on it. 3D printers I'd have walked off, and I have done overnight prints on that. Probably not the bestest thing to do, but that was after a while of doing it, and I would start feeling a little more comfortable. And I'd still have screw-ups, but nothing major. You know, I'd make spaghetti the next day, and everything's just a long, stringy pile of hairy-looking substance. It's a pain in the butt to clean up, but it didn't cause any issues. But that's only on the rare occasion that I need to do that, and then most of those nights I don't sleep a whole lot anyway, because it's like, you know, I'll go get in 3 or 4 hours and go, I gotta go check the system, honestly, you know. I need to get me a good tablet too. I've got a tablet that I actually use here at my chainmail desk, but you know, and overall, I mean, it's old now, but it's one of the the HP ones that years ago they were hyping up to put out there, and then they ended up discontinuing them before they even put them on sale. And I ended up getting 2 of them for like $100 each. They're nice. They were nice tablets. They're not as powerful now as compared to something new, but this thing's worked great. I mean, at the time, you know, it could run multiple apps compared to what other tablets couldn't. Touchpad. Yeah, touchpad. And wife loved hers. Used it all the time till she toasted the battery in it. And I'm sure I could probably replace the battery in it, but it just kind of got put away. Tried to get another tablet. She didn't care for it because it ran Android before she started having cell phones. This little thing, you know, at the time it was wireless charging, so I got a little wireless dock that it sits on to charge, and I can play music through it. I can do videos, so I didn't really do any video, but it's now kind of just like my room clock. I set it up, and it has a lot of my timers. I got 3 different ways of using timers around my desk, so I've got that. I've got a stopwatch, and then I've got my phone. So no matter where I'm at, I can time whatever I'm doing. And it was good to have you tonight, John. I really didn't expect to see anybody here tonight. I was like, well, it's late night. Everybody probably had, here at least, it was a pretty nice Saturday out. I think we got up to about 63, 64, sunny. So it was a pretty nice day out, and I'm sure people were out doing stuff. And now my daughter, the youngest, she had, I forget what the first party was for, but then she had a late Halloween party for dressing up tonight. And I was like, well, you got a Halloween party? Wasn't that like a couple weeks ago? And she was like, no, that was Sunday, Dad. And I was like, was it? Was it only just past Sunday? Was Halloween? Really? Just seems like without all the band stuff going on, my weeks are dragging out now. 1 week felt like 2 weeks because I didn't have any band events going on. Though I have gotten a lot more chainmail done. I got the orders that I fulfilled and got out and all that. I'm an insomniac. My rings keep me company while I wait for the Evil Day Star. The Evil Day Star, I like that. Then I will hide and sleep till the smell of coffee and adulting wake me. Yeah. I used to be really bad at it. I could stay up till 3, 4, 5 in the morning. And then, I don't know, it was a couple years ago, it was just like, I just, you know, it was getting harder and harder to do. I used to pull a lot of all-nighters. I stopped doing those too. The old age is hitting me. My wife's always poking fun, or the kids are poking fun at me. Yeah, you're getting old. And it's like, yeah, I need to go for the earliest bird specials from 3 to 4 and get my dinner so I can be in bed at 8. I normally go to bed about 1 anymore, 1 to 2, but the last hour, hour and a half before going to bed, I have to stop doing pretty much everything and just kind of veg out, or I'll be just thinking too much. Because that's when I try to go lay down, something's in my brain hole, boy. I can't get rid of it. What was it I was doing? Oh, crap. What was I doing? Oh, I guess it was some graphics work, and the one night I had been working on graphics and went to go to bed, and while I'm sitting there kind of trying to veg out, watching something I've seen a million times, trying to go to sleep, all of a sudden it kind of hit me. I don't even remember what it was in the show, but something kind of was like, hey, I could do the graphic this way, and so for the next like 30-40 minutes I'm just sitting there thinking about this, and I turn off TV, I'm flipping over trying to go to sleep, and could not think of anything other than that freaking graphic. So I ended up having to get up, and I was up for the next 2.5 hours working on this stupid graphic. And then it was before the purses. So what was I was working on for my medium project before the purses? The ties. Yeah, the scale ties. I at least try to sleep every night now. Before my current girl, 3 to 4 days between sleep was normal for me. I could do that, but boy, by day 2.5, 3, I'd just be getting so stupid and couldn't think properly. But yeah, I had another night of chainmail. I was working on some stuff and the ties, and I just had a couple designs in my head, and I didn't end up working on the chainmail, but I ended up coming down and using the graph paper that I had made for my scales, to color out the design I wanted. It took me like 3 tries to get it to where I wanted it, but I get those kind of nights. It's just like I can't think of anything. I got to get back up and take care of it, it seems like. Alright, we're on to 10. Snow for this part. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Move those out. Yeah, 10. Now, once I get to the bottom of the S evened out, then I don't have to worry about counting this part. Not enough to worry about putting in stop rings. So, we'll just count them. Yeah, I used to be able to stay up late. I mean, when I was in my 20s, that was no problem. I could go several days now. Last time I tried to pull an all-nighter was 3 years ago, when I was doing band DVDs. Because I used to, after the last concert, I'd normally pull an all-nighter, try to get the DVDs done so I could get them to school the next day. Now their concerts aren't so close to graduation, so that helps, and I don't have to do it as much. And I'm more caught up nowadays. But, yeah, I ended up pulling the all-nighter, but oh my. Next 3 days after that was trying to, because I think I was up about, well, I guess it was almost a 2-nighter, because it was about 40 hours straight before I finally went to sleep. Almost 42-ish, somewhere right in there. I know I was getting pretty stupid by the end, and part of that, though, it wasn't on purpose, actually. I was ready to go to bed after it was about 36 hours in, and 34, 36 hours in, and I was ready to, pretty much done, but when I went to go try to lay down, that was one of those nights that I was too tired to sleep. I don't know if you've ever had any of those, but sometimes if I'm too tired, even if I'm not thinking anything, I'm just so stupidly tired that I just cannot still sleep, you know. I don't know what the deal is there. Probably like my stupid thing with forgetting to eat. How can you forget to eat? I don't know, I'm stupid. Let's see here. 10, right? Yeah, need 2. And then we'll be getting in, I'd rather than this one, 21 on this row, so these 2 and 21. But we'll for sure go tonight till the new hour, probably shortly after the computer starts telling me, hey, your time has changed. We'll probably end up closing up for doing a stream tonight. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to get in and do a little bit of farting around here. I was working on it, so why not? See if anybody shows up. I know I've got some friends over in Australia that I thought maybe, but I guess, well, still it's just now Sunday for them, so. I got some kind of weird thing over here, though. Oh. Twitch was showing me something weird. I hadn't seen that before. Well, let's see here. I got the green, I got the white, so we're on the 21 red. Off to coil up another few pounds. Won't be able to hear over the drill tonight. Emily's looking good. Take care. Well, thanks for dropping in, John. I was glad to see you. Yeah, hopefully we'll get some more of this done and start looking like something more here soon. But have some fun coiling up some pounds of wire. I know how that goes. 21, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21. And then there's white. Yeah, there's going to be 5 white. Must be ending that up since there's only was 4 before. Yeah, it's good to have you too, John. I don't know if I said that or not, but and if you're still there or not. But I'm glad you dropped in tonight. Definitely made it a little more entertaining. I'm just sitting here by myself for my hour or more. I don't even... How long have we actually been streaming? Just about an hour. 56 minutes. I guess I wanted to start about 12:30, but there's always that setup time and got all that going, and I could have gotten another row done in what I took to set up time, but you know, like I said, I was just wanting to fart around, start a stream, see what happened. Who knows? Maybe I can make you go to sleepy pie with the chainmail over and over and over again. Let me put you to sleep. Once I get this, once we close down the stream tonight, I probably won't do any more tonight on it. I'm hoping I can get some done tomorrow, but I know I'm gonna, the game will be on. I've got my racing tomorrow night, so I probably won't get much in on it, maybe an hour or two. And then that'll go away if I get any orders overnight. That's what happens a lot of times in the mornings where I plan for, have a couple hours that I can do something. I'll get the order and it's like, oh, there's another cut freaking ring. Every time I pick some up, man, it's driving me nuts. I've never had that many, and I mean, like I said, there's a lot of packages in there. I think I only opened 8 of those, maybe 6 or 8, but even at 8, I mean, I'm almost averaging so far 2, and I'm not even through this thing yet. Maybe I'm just getting lucky-ish and pulling them all out early and I won't find any late, but I don't know. That's normally not how it works. Alrighty. So, we got 12 minutes. Oh yeah, we'll finish this row. Probably close near about that time because I'm about halfway. About 12-15 minutes per row, so a little counting now that I'm having to count, they are taking a little bit longer because I need to mark them off and stuff compared to just running down the lines there. So we'll finish up this row. Hopefully that'll be about the same time as the hour switches, and we'll call it, there's a, can't really tell, but no, I can't get too close, but it's just the end of that cut, man, just not quite right. It won't close up tight. It does on one half of the ring, but on the outside it's got a, well, it seems like a huge gap because of it. It's not really all that huge, but chainmail gaps. Doesn't take much for a little bitty crack to be huge for chainmail. That means I gotta pull out another one, right? Yeah, I didn't pull out that one, so I'm gonna grab another one. And let me double check my count now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, I had to pull out another one. Well, it should end right there about where my frost on my row before ends. Because then I'll put in frost on those last couple green ones, I believe. And then one more row with a little white in it, and then we'll have several that are just red from top to bottom. Fill in that S. How many white we need next? 5. 5 frost. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll take us right up to the bottom there too. So yeah, we'll just have a couple more on the next row of white there in the middle. Probably, I can probably see it. Yeah, I was gonna say probably 2, maybe 3. It looks like 2. And then the rest of the rows will be all red there. It's not all of them are doubled up, but most of them are. And that's a single right there, but most of the border is too. It just kind of depends on where it falls within the angles. And the bottom there. Alrighty, so 8 red, I know the count there. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Marked off my other one. Can't take my chair over. Well, I wonder where he went. He's not under my bench here, is he? That's unusual. I know he was getting mad at me because I kept moving chairs here for the last several hours. You know, I'd spend 20-30 minutes in one chair, get up, do some things, sit back down in the other chair, and have to get him up to move him, and then I'd want to go sit back in down in my other chair. He was getting mad at me, and I got the door open since it's pretty decent out. I think we're almost just get down to like 50 tonight, so I just noticed that I haven't seen him here in a little bit, so he must have found some place where I wouldn't bug him anymore. Yeah, I probably need to give him some food too. I don't think I gave him any of his late night food. Normally I give him some before I head to bed. Out of what he's allowed for the day, I'll kind of finish up with whatever he didn't eat early in the day. Let him have the option of eating it. But I do have to regulate his food, so he's probably unsure of what to think with me being up doing stuff and talking at this point in time of the night. Hopefully he doesn't think after the stream it's time for soft food again. Did that at 10:20 tonight. Got a shot in by about 10:30. What we got here? We're down to 7 minutes. 7-minute countdown. Well, we'll probably go a little over then, because I don't think I'll be able to finish this up in 7 minutes. I mean, maybe. We'll see. There's not a ton of rings here, about 20 something. 27-ish. I think there's 11 or 12. 11 and 12, 2, so about 25. It could be 24 to 26, I guess. Yeah, at least now there's no counting involved, so that'll help make it go a little quicker, I guess. I haven't looked over there. Oh, I forgot to move that thing down over there too, to see if I have any concurrence on YouTube. It's starting to come together. I figured this would take a little while. Definitely got more in this week than we did last week by far. Time-wise. And ring-wise, I guess. So I substituted, was it Monday night 2 weeks ago, doing this instead of it, and then this past week I substituted Wednesday night to do this. I actually had, I guess that'll be 3 streams this week with this. Wednesday, Thursday, and our Saturday overnight special. Maybe I will get done before. I don't want to really get done before, but I don't want to slow down. Let me just show the picture again real quick when we get this row done. Maybe I'll try to put a good enough stretch on it. We can start you can kind of already tell that you know that's an S because I've said it's the S, but give it a good full stretch and see what we look like. But I'm glad if any of you guys are watching this later. Glad for you to watching it later. If you're watching this now and I'm not seeing you and you're not commenting, so I don't know you're here, but it's good to have you here, like I've always said. It's always good to have anybody show up for these at any point in time, but I'm going to probably substitute and do some more anodizing. We did all the balls and we did all those rings one time. We never did get into the scales. I ended up doing some scales, but I still got some more. I want to get the vinyl cutter and cut out some stickers for that so I can do some anodizing that way. Everybody's doing the sponge anodizing that I haven't done yet, but I have the equipment to do it, so I don't know. I might end up throwing in and do some sponge anodizing. I've got some more titanium rings I need to get done too, but I still got all the large and small scales that I need to do. Well, a good portion of the large ones. Oh, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You know, normally, I'm trying to remember the last time I was actually up for one of these changes. And it's probably been a good 5 years, to be honest. I'm normally gone to bed and wake up either too early or too late the next day. Because my alarm clock doesn't know how to change on its own. I don't have a smart alarm clock. And then when you first wake up, that's not changed. You go in the kitchen, the stove and the microwave are still all the same, so you think that's the time. It's not till, I wake up a half an hour later going, oh yeah, I forgot. Pick up the phone or look at the computer and it's showing a different time going, what's going on? And that's, I know the cats will go crazy tomorrow trying to figure out, well, we should have already eaten by now, man. We don't like this. Especially after doing it, pushing it back an hour this past week on them. Now they're going to have to get used to another time change. Because they definitely don't know changing of the time. Alright, so there's that row. Let's go ahead and move these on over here out of the way. We'll mix them up though. See if I can get us a good best pull I can get on flatness here. Like I said, it's always better with gravity doing the job. Can set it up much better for me. Now I've got a little delay there, but so that's where we're at here. We're right here in the inner. So we did that one. So yeah, we got 2 on this next row of the white, and then the rest will be the infill of the S. So a few more rows, we'll be halfway through the S. Let me get this more up over here, but I don't even know where to put it now. I want to cover up the end zone parts or my yard markers. I guess they could fit over to the full side. There's enough room on the camera view, I believe. So it's now 1 o'clock. Thank you for joining us for this invisible hour. We started the stream just before 1. we've been here over an hour, and it's now 1. So we'll go ahead and probably close it up for tonight. Like I said, I need to get my veg time and just kind of veg down here for the next hour so I can get to bed. I'm still not tired, but if I continue to work on this, it'll keep me up even longer. I do want to do one more row, though, just so I can be into full red the next time, but I'll stop. So, again, thank you for anybody that joined us tonight for our silly Saturday, Sunday special here. No big deal thing, but I'm glad anybody, if you're watching later, thank you for watching later. If you joined us tonight, like John, and you didn't post, I'm still glad to have you and all that. So, we will be back on Monday night. We'll be working on some purse frames on Monday night, our normal time, 7:30 Central, which it'll be completely dark by that time instead of just getting dark by the time we start our stream. But anyway, you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Hope you guys have a good Sunday, and we'll catch you back here on Monday night. Peace.